guys doing? Well, I tell you what, pretty easy to tell what furs are good and what furs aren't as far as handling. And I mean, you learn that from experience, of course. Yeah, I am. And once you just get your eyes tuned in to different furs and stuff like that, you know exactly what you're looking for. And what you're doing is you're like, these are lined up right here. Quality wise, this cat right here would be my #1 pick. Not only because it's white bellied, but it looks really well handled. Well handled is, look at the legs on that. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well handled fur means a lot. I can be going down tables and stuff like that and just glance at it and really know what I want. I mean, quality wise. And that means probably 80–90% of the fur right there. Quality. How you put it up. It's very important. Everybody's doing a pretty good job. I see there's some mistakes out there, but you know, everything can be fixed. And the thing about it is, it's not how hard it is, it's how much time you want to put into it. And time takes time, that's for sure. So, you know, just like this one, you can see here, the legs aren't stretched out as nice as this one. See how much nicer that cat looks compared to this? You know? So it's just eye-appealing to the buyer, what he wants. And this is exactly what I want right here, is quality put up. So, like this guy here, he skinned out the whole paw and stuff like that, which is okay, you know. Now, this is fine. If you're gonna want to sell this for taxidermy or whatever, it's very important to have the whole paw. As far as fur quality, they're gonna whack them up. And that's one thing about it. They use the legs also. They make stuff out of these legs. They'll make a jacket out of the legs. You won't believe it, what they can do with stuff. So it's very important. Now there's a lot of guys that'll use borax and stuff like that. Borax is good. It kind of acts as a preservative also, and a cleaner. And you can wash cats with borax. I don't know, have you guys seen the different YouTubes where they do that? They put them in a tub and just brush the borax into them. You know, just keep shaking it in, rubbing it in, and shaking it. When that cat is done, it looks just like this, completely clean. So borax is a good deal too. A lot of guys will just hand wash them. If you're going to do any hand washing, make sure that when you wash, especially a cat, you dry it out right away. If you don't dry that cat out right away, it's just going to sit there on the board, and you know, the fur especially, and just that moisture just keeps soaking in, and you're going to have problems. You're going to have this slippage or whatever eventually. So it's very important. A lot of guys will wash them and they'll use borax. The borax kind of acts as a neutralizer, and it absorbs all the moisture and stuff like that, and it'll dry it out quicker. So borax is a good item to use. As far as you know, something like there's different qualities of cats, you know, like the extra heavy, which is, this isn't really an extra heavy cat here. It's a nice heavy cat, but it's not what I call an extra heavy. I see there's quite a number of extra heavy cats. Those come out of the real high country, cold country. And then there's basically a semi-heavy, which this is what we consider a semi-heavy cat. There's not much there, but it's still enough to where they still like that cat, especially for jackets and stuff like that. Everything's got a use to it, but the main thing that I'm trying to get, the point that I'm trying to get to you guys, is your handling. Your handling is the most important thing there is as far as buyers are concerned. You know, if they see a well-handled cat like this, really nice and pretty and taken care of, they know that person has taken care of that cat. They don't have to worry about it slipping. They don't have to worry about paying extra money for it because, you know, they're going to lose money if it does slip. Believe me, the dresser will come back at the buyer and he's going to dock you. And I don't like that. So it's very important that that's why it's just nice to go through the cats and pick and choose what you want. So you guys know that you should just take care of the cats to the best that you can. Is there any questions I can answer right now? Yes.
Like as far as pitted the legs, like some people pull them together, I see that one straight down. Does it matter much how you dress the legs?
On the bottom, you mean? Well, you know, there's like this one here has been spread out more. I like that better. This, just like this right here, see?
Alright.
This guy done an excellent job. I mean, you can't get him much better than that right there. A little bit shaky on this one. You can see that it's not put up completely. It was taken off the stretcher just a little bit wet, so it shrank up a little bit. Didn't hold its form like it did this one. So it's very important to leave that cat on the board until it's completely dried out. A lot of guys use fans and circulate the air and stuff like that, which is excellent, because the faster you get that cat dried out, the quicker it preserves it. Yes.
Would using a hair dryer be recommended, or?
There's guys that use hair dryers, and that's fine, you know.
Okay.
Basically to, you know,
So it's not gonna
just,
party.
you know, right after they wash it or something like that, they'll hair dry it, you know,
No,
brush it
a hair
out.
dryer, like the hair blower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. Like I say, a lot of guys will take fans and shoot air up inside of them, have pipes, and there's all kinds of things.
When you talk about boraxing, you're talking about after it's dry, you can take it in a tub and then you just put borax on it and
Yeah, you just take that.
Rub it and it cleans it out.
Yeah, we use a tub, a plastic tub, a big plastic tub, where we can put the whole cat in there. We'll dump in maybe 3 boxes of borax, 4. So we got plenty of borax. You know, it's not that expensive, and you can use it time and time again, cat after cat.
You go mainly on the belly side, or do you do both sides?
The whole cat. Put the whole cat in it, wash it. Just take that stuff, start rubbing it in, shake it in, you know. Just rub the heck out of the hair and everything, you know, with it. And it just takes all the grit out of it, all the grime and grit. When that cat comes out, it'll be just as fluffy as that right there. It's a good deal. Borax is excellent. Anybody else got any questions?
lot of them. Like I had the lot line. I really don't know much about when you put the lot, this different sizes of cats together and the quality.
You know, there's nothing there to speak of because we're the ones that's going to measure size and quality and stuff like that. So you can have 10 cats, different sizes. There's guys that do that, you know, like extra large, whatever. But that's really not necessary. You're only going to get a certain price no matter what. Yeah.
This year I was a little rushed for time at the end, so the cats were, I thought they were dry, and I took some off, and right around the neck area, it seemed like they shrunk a little bit.
Well, you know, I'll tell you,
Hard.
that neck area, that skin is so thick.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever shot a cat, especially in the neck, and you try to sew that thing up, you better have a needle that is pretty strong and a pair of pliers, because you ain't gonna poke that needle in very easy. They got real thick neck area in the back all the way through. But they, you know, everything you can do anything with a cat, you know, as far as sewing it up, and main thing is get small stitches.
I do have one more question. So, when I was turning the cat inside out, pulled his leg out, I tore about half of his front leg. And I was going to stitch it back on. And I said, well, I don't know if I should stitch it on or just leave it off to let us know that it was torn off.
Yeah,
So I didn't stitch it on.
there's a lot of guys that'll take cats. That's one of the first things they'll turn is the front legs, you know, because they're hard to turn after they start drying out. But if you take and put newspaper or a coat hanger or something like that in there to help finish drying, get them dried out just as quick as you can. That's very important, because if the skin sticks together, you might get a little slippage. So it's very important to get that just as dry as quick as you can.
Is it really important to have the width correspond with the length? In other words, can
Exactly.
They be
You don't
too
want
long?
You don't want to have it too narrow, you know, to where it's stretched too long.
And how do you know what's?
There's a measurement, and I can't remember exactly what the bottom is. I think it's 10 inches or 11 inches, something like that at the very base. Depends on the length of it too. And then up in here, you know, towards the shoulder area, it drops, just tapers down.
But
You go around 8
small
inches.
cat, you'll never get it that wide.
No.
So it just has to be proportional.
Yeah. You got
Not too narrow.
small cats. You have small boards for those, you know, because you put too big of too small of a cat on a big board, you're not going to get the right stretch. Is that what you're?
Basically,
Yeah.
the width needs to be there too, as well as the length.
Yes. That's very important. Anybody else got any questions? Yes.
How about the pinning of the feet? Like you said, that one's a good one, but the feet are not like a full pneumatic grip.
Did you? I can't hear you.
On the pinning of the feet, like you said, this one's a good one, but the feet aren't pulled in and like narrowed out as well as the other ones.
You mean on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean the width?
No, just the
See there, he's talking about pulling these legs together all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're saying it's a great cat, but wouldn't it be better if those legs, if the whites were pulled together on
Right.
the legs all the way down?
Yeah. And you want to pin them, you know. I don't know how this guy did it, but I'm sure that that's what he did. He pinned it. You know,
they're
so
flying that far apart.
this wide?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's the space in between is all.
Yeah.
That's that space in there, like a lot of
Oh, right here?
together. Does it matter if you?
It doesn't really matter. No. See, you got this one that's real close to.
That doesn't matter if the legs are real close.
No, I preferably I like them this way. Makes the belly look bigger, which is a good idea. See, this same way on this one. That's why I like the legs tip back up like this. Makes the belly look longer, doesn't it? Well, they're like I say, they use these legs. Don't think they throw those things away. Very important. They use everything in a cat. You're talking one of the most expensive furs there is, right here. Take pride into it, because you're going to get more money out of it. The better you put it up, the better you're going to make money. More work you put into it, the more money you'll make. I guarantee you. There's guys that just throw things on and they're not going to make it nowhere near. Anything else?
What about the bottom lip and the ear cartilage? Like, do you like the ear cartilage taken out and the ears picked up so they can't?
On the ears?
Yeah, I like the bottom lip. Do you like the bottom lip removed, and do you like the ear cartilage?
That isn't, no, the bottom lip's fine. It can be removed. Yeah. It kind of gets in the way anyway. Just whack it off.
What about the one with the feet? Did you talk about keeping the feet on it?
Yeah, this is more or less if you want to do taxidermy work. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Unless you're going to do taxidermy work, this is the way you want to do it if you're going to do taxidermy. Otherwise, to the buyer, it's no value.
That's your measurements. I have a thing for a measuring stick. So you flip that over here.
Well, I hope everybody has a good,
So
successful
36 is the number you want to hit.
fur
36
prices
inches, the
out
cat should
there.
be 7
I
inches
see a lot
wide.
of nice
just
cats,
7?
let me tell
7
you.
inches wide, but that's
I'm
leather
impressed
to
with
leather.
Arizona's cats.
Okay?
Oh, okay, that's not fur.
No, that's not your
You got
fur.
such a
That's
broad-
not the outer edge of the fur.
Flatter
Probably
cats,
more like an 8.5.
semi-heavy,
If you're with the fur,
medium
yeah.
heavy.
If you go, so you're going
extra
basically
heavy.
by what you can feel on the
everything
stretcher.
Yeah.
And
You want it
good
7 inches
quality
wide.
color.
And I
From
think
36 out to 40, it's
The
8
whiter the
inches.
cat,
It's
the
8.
whiter the
It's 8
belly.
inches, so you,
And
and you kind of play with that. So it could be
9 over 40?
So here I'd go with if we say 38 inches, I'd do 7.5.
Yeah.
And just kind of, go quarters.
Yeah.
And then
You
at
know,
40
like-
inches,
like
it's 9.
Where are
Just
you
say these
measuring
two
it?
right
Clear
here.
at the
You
bottom?
got a
Now you
pellet
basically,
cat.
you're measuring,
tail?
it's tip of the nose to the base of the tail.
I know, but what I'm saying is on your width, do you
Oh.
measure it at the base of the tail
Then
across?
you get
Just a little bit above, so you've got that
That's
belly.
4 inches above?
Yeah, I'll show you on a belly once he's done.
Well, if
There's
it's
some
like
cats they call
4
leopard
inches above the
cats.
base of the tail,
Real
I can
nice
figure that out.
leopard
Yeah,
distinct.
but there's a
Is that about
spot.
right?
Yeah, ballpark. Let me see if I have a
Big
picture
money.
here.
I thought it was probably just one of the ear, It's all rusty and torn to pieces. Teeth all busted up.
Yeah. I've always
So you measure
been
it
fascinated.
probably right across here on the belly, right where these two dark spots are.
Towards the
Towards the
bottom,
middle,
but-
towards the bottom, but like across the middle of the
Middle
belly.
bottom, okay.
Yeah, middle
Great,
bottom.
yeah.
And that's directly from Eric, from one of the fur buyers last year. He was saying right across the center of the belly.
My stretchers are a little bit older, and I'm getting a little bit tapered. In other words, narrow at the top.
Once
and
a
I
cat
noticed
starts
these
slipping,
are almost as
they're gonna
wide
be
all the way
always
down.
Right.
Is that better? Or he said the taper isn't.
And that's
isn't
not
bad.
good because
It's not as bad.
Once
You don't want
they
it
get
so much
dressed,
that it
all
looks
you
like a
gotta
lawn
do-
dart.
What's that?
You don't want it to look like a lawn dart,
Yeah.
bad deal.
but you don't want it
You don't want it to
overly
look like a
wide
bullet.
either. You want that kind of just that nice, even kind of taper.
Pretty even, and just maybe slightly narrower at the top, but not much.
Right.
I don't know how I'm going to do that unless I throw away my
That's
stretchers.
that cartilage.
Because they're narrow at the top, you know, a little narrow.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
buy-
when you say 7 inches at the bottom is what you want for a 36 incher. Well, the top here is about 5.5.
Okay,
That's
well,
fine. It's going to taper up to the top.
appreciate the
I buy mine.
opportunity
See,
to
that one
visit
doesn't
with you
taper
guys.
much at all.
Right. We'll take a look at it here.